Hello, did you have a good one, a good New Year's Eve? Living up to my reputation, you won't believe, well you will believe this, Trish and I, midnight, New Year's Eve, midnight, we're in bed watching Jules Holland on the telly and we're both eating jam sandwiches and having a cup of tea. That is the truth. We know how to live. Other years, we've gone up to our club or to a pub, where you spend 10 quid for a ticket. And it's just too loud, too many people, too noisy, too horrible. So in bed with a jam sandwich to see the new year in. Loads of fireworks going off near us, which was good fun. So there we are. As I say, I had to live up to my reputation. Now, it's 1:30, the 2nd of June. I nearly said July. I hope I'm not going to go through this year being mental. 2nd of January, 24. Let's have a look at the weather. Well, pouring rain. All we've had is lashing rain and wind. The flag's wrapped round the pole. It's just a wet rag. 12 degrees C, 53.6 Fahrenheit, 97% humidity. Should be about 110% really. And the pressure's very low. 982 millibars, very low pressure. And they did say on the telly, mind you, they lie all the time, but the whole of January is going to be like this. But I don't care, because only 8 weeks away, roughly, is the beginning of March. And the beginning of March, we've got January and February out of the way, and we can start to look forward to a bit of a warmer sort of climate and, I don't know, things happening in the spring. So did you have a good, I better say Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you all. Glad you're still with me, or I hope you're still with me. And looking forward to whatever the year brings. Hopefully that's going to be something good. Now, what about podcast episodes for this year? Any ideas? Raise rants at protonmail.com. There we are. I haven't forgotten the email address. Well, not quite. So that would be good to hear from you. Any ideas? If there's anything we've not covered, perhaps we can look at that. Any new aspects? Is there anything you want changed about the podcast episodes? Now, don't say get rid of me. Get someone else in. I've got this cold still. Listen to it. Oh, awful. It's getting better now, but so many people. Just been chatting to a friend on the radio. He sounds awful. He's had COVID all over Christmas and New Year and everything. He's getting a bit better now, I think, but just dreadful. Of course, the beginning of March, that's when Gary will come out of hibernation. Gary the tortoise. So it'd be nice to see him again. He's okay. We've weighed him a couple of times and he is losing weight, which he should do. So he's using up his sort of fat reserves or whatever he's got. That's good. I'm getting rid of my fat reserves. I've lost, still only 5 pounds, but I'm doing well. And I think, did I mention we're doing dry January? I don't know why we're doing that. We don't drink much anyway. But we're doing dry January, so no alcohol now till the 1st of February, which is a leap year, isn't it? February the 29th we get this year, just to confuse me even further. Thank you for all your emails and messages, wishing me all the best for Christmas and the New Year. Thank you very much. I think I've answered everyone. I shall have a look later, make sure no other messages have come in, but thank you all very much for that. It was lovely. I don't know whether it's because I'm old or that it's changed, but getting a cold back in the old days, a bit of a sniffle, sore throat, people got over it. They didn't have time off work. Well, I suppose they shouldn't have gone to work and spread it to other people, but I don't remember anyone taking time off work and going to bed, oh, I'm ill, oh, it's dreadful. They just had a cold. Whereas these days, everyone seems to be really ill with a cold. Perhaps it's a spot of COVID as well that people get, I don't know. But illnesses seem to have changed. In the old days, we just put up with it, whereas now people seem to be, I don't know, half dying with it all, just with a cold and a sore throat. And of course, back then, you go to the doctor, doesn't matter what's wrong, he'd just say, oh yeah, go to bed for 24 hours, take Disprin. Do you remember Disprin? It was soluble aspirin, I believe. Oh, doctor, I've broken my leg. Bed 24 hours, Disprin. It was funny, whatever you went there for. That was mainly kids. They did children's Disprin, didn't they? Bit weaker, I think. But it was a waste of time going to the doctor. And of course, now you can't go to the doctor. They don't want to know. Well, perhaps it's unfair saying they don't want to know. Perhaps they haven't got time. They're just so busy they haven't got time. Oh, do you remember I did that echoey bit on last Sunday's episode where I pretend, what was it I said, oh, this is Radio Ray transmitting on whatever in the medium wave band with a bit of an echo on it. I had an email, I won't mention names, an email from a chap that runs a pirate radio station in London. He said, can you do some DJing for us? He liked the sound of that, apparently. I can't, though. I said no because, well, apart from this sore throat, I've got too much to do anyway. I used to. Back in the 60s, I did my own DJing. It was hopeless. That was on sort of pirate radio station, like from a bedroom or a friend's house or whatever. We'd knock up a studio and I'd do a bit of DJing. The trouble is, if you're going to be a proper DJ, you have to know your music. I like the Stones. I like Jimi Hendrix. I couldn't tell you which year they did a certain recording or where it was, whether it was live at somewhere or in a studio. I've no idea about that. I just like the music. That's why I'm no good at music quizzes. I know the records. I think, I remember this one from the 60s. I can't for the life of me remember who recorded it or when or where or who the singer is or who the drummer is. I had no idea. But that's why I say I was hopeless doing the DJing in the 60s. I remember sitting in my shed in the garden. I've got a couple of record decks, the transmitter's hot and pumping out the music, got my microphone and a homemade mixer. It was good fun, but I wouldn't like to do it professionally. Well, this was for a pirate radio station. I wouldn't want to do it for someone like that. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. Look, Ray's Rants at protonmail.com. I've got to go and get some more Lemsip to sort out my cold. I shall see you on Sunday. Don't forget to email me any ideas you've got for this year's episodes, anything you want changed, if you want me to blast some music and loads of news alerts and stuff like that. No, seriously, any ideas you've got, do let me know. Happy New Year once again. Look after yourselves and I will see you on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye for now.